Reggie, I just wanted to get your thoughts on a hot topic that's out there right now with the Carmelo Anthony verdict and him getting 35 years. I just wanted to get your thoughts and opinions on it.
Yeah, this has been a subject I've been really, really, really trying to avoid. But I got a brother that's I respect a lot from ATL. I just call him ATL. That been saying he wanted me to address it, at least just bring some type of exposure to it, and not that it don't have a lot of exposure itself. But he said, he just wanted me to speak on it, and he wanted to get my thoughts. Uh, you know, I love what Cardi B did, if that's true, where she offering $5 million to give the gentleman a good defense, so he can maybe get his time reduced. I do think he's guilty. However, I feel that the crime for a 17-year-old that never been convicted of anything that we know of, that doesn't have a record, is far too harsh. Now, I understand a young man that lost his life, and a lot of brothers in California and other states are in prison for life. Some have even got the death penalty, that's over the age of 16. And so some people's like, well, Reggie, that happens all the time in our states and in California, it has happened. Where a lot of guys at 16 has been given life, not even a chance. Most of y'all don't know this 35 years mean about 17 and a half, 18 years where he possibly can get out. Because fortunately, for violent crime in Texas, it's not like like most states, like in California and a lot of states where it's 85% mandatory time. It's will stay for 50% of your time, and then I think you'll be eligible for parole or some type of release date. I hope. Only reason that it's alarming, y'all. Only reason that it's alarming is because I remember of a situation in Texas where it was a white guy that did it to a black person, and they only got 10 years. The judge only sentenced them to 10 years. So that's the type of stuff that where the injustice, where it's in the hands of the judge, where I kind of like laws where you don't have much wiggle room. If you're convicted of this crime then this is how much time you get. But I understand people want to give judges discretion because sometimes, the situation is just not as black as white as it could be. So, but we got to talk about this, y'all. We got to talk about this.
If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health struggles, you should hear this. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They knew their apps could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body image issues, but did not share those risks while prioritizing profits. The recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. Now Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm they've caused. Click the link in my bio to take a short quiz. You may be entitled to potential recovery of up to $1,000.
Y'all know that commercial y'all just saw? That Morgan & Morgan commercial y'all just saw? Hey, guys. It's pinned in the comment section. It's pinned in the comment section. For those of y'all that new to the channel, just coming over here, I know most of the subscribers over here done heard me advise people numerous of times. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes You sign, you fill out a questionnaire, and you'll get paid because the money is already set aside if you meet the criteria. What? Why not take a chance to get approved, and then y'all done filled out forms many a times from mortgage companies or from auto companies where they have those big class action suits. Where yeah, I agree with y'all. The lead plaintiff get a lot of the money, but they drip a little bit of money down, to all the other plaintiffs in the class action. And this is what's happening here, y'all. This is what's happening here. They already got the money. They saying that they're gonna pay people up to $1,000. Uh, that meets the criteria. What the heck? With 3 minutes to 5 minutes it takes to fill out a form to see if you're eligible and to possibly get some money. You motherfuckers better thank Reggie Wright when y'all start getting no checks. I'll put my cash up. Y'all DM me and ask me for my cash out. But anyway, hope y'all take a time, 3 minutes to sign out. All right. Back to the subject of the day, Mr. Karmelo Anthony. So, for those of y'all who don't know much about it, I'm pretty sure most of y'all know about it because it's been a hot topic for a few weeks now. And well, really about a year ago, I remember when he was trying to get bail, and then he just recently was found guilty. And Texas is crazy. I never seen that. But boy, in California, when you get found guilty, should they do probation reports on you, all type of stuff before you get sentenced? It'll be about 3 months before you get sentenced. Well, apparently, he got found guilty, and the next day they were sentencing them, giving them time. So this young man got 35 years. What happened was he was at a track meet. There's two guys, it's a black and white thing, unfortunately, where it started raining. He got up under a tent, to protect himself from the rain. And some white guys that were pretty popular guys, apparently, on the football team. And they were some big guys, pretty good athletes. One, I even heard, he whooped his daddy. He whooped on his daddy before. So apparently they, had a little streak on them. And, were pretty strong guys. And so they confronted him and an argument ensued. And these are twin brothers, for those of y'all that don't know. And one of the twin brothers got stabbed and died. One time, this dude, it was like that. We used to call them the barroom knockouts, barroom murders when I was a cop. Where you just hit a person one time and they fall and hit their head and die. Man, that's a hard murder case to work. Where just a fight and somebody died. So anyway, he threw a knife at him. Why he has this knife on him in his backpack or whatever, I don't know. On a school campus and all of that, I don't know. I know there were some lies or some accusations about he was getting threats and got bullied before that was found. That was unproven, unsubstantiated. No one could prove that was true, but that was a claim that he had made. But what makes me think that this guy is not a murderer, though, or was a bad kid, was after he stabbed the guy, he ran immediately to the coach. Out of like fear. Because it was like 3 or 4 guys that was kind of attacking the kid. Is what the testimonies was. However, they saying the jury saw something different on a tape. Now, We got to see this tape, y'all. That's what I hope the pressure goes on for people to actually see this tape so we can really see what happened. Because that's what they said the jury found him guilty of. I find it strange that the defense attorney allowed this jury to go out without any blacks or, you know, well, any blacks on the case. I heard there were some minorities on it, but there was no blacks on the case. That was odd to me. But he ran straight to the coach and like surrendered himself. This is not a typical type of kid that commits murder or something like that. Uh, this is a kid that saved someone for drowning before, saved a life before. So he's not the type of kid that's into taking lives. But that'll be my take. I hope the money be used wisely. Um, if that's true with Cardi B, because I done heard so many things. I even heard something about that clown ass Charleston White or somebody, or no, it was Boosie. Boosie said he was going to donate 500,000 as well. Hope that's true. Shout out to Boosie if he does do that. And we need to call on people out there. I haven't heard Jay Prince speak on this subject. Of people from Texas, all the top notch rappers and the people in the state of Texas. And not many celebrities at all, really, to be honest, other than Boosie and Cardi B. Like y'all did for the George Floyd or the gentleman, that can't breathe. What's the guy? The guy from the cigarettes in New York. I can't think of his name right now. It was a big outcry behind these gentlemen. But it hasn't been much of an outcry as I would expect for this young man. Like I said, maybe because it is guilty, but I'm upset with the amount of time the sentencing for a youth. I'm not trying to up here and say he's guilty or not guilty until that tape come out. We have to demand for that tape. We need to see that footage that the jury apparently saw that made them convict him. I spoke on Charleston White a little earlier, y'all. Y'all know I hate really speaking on that gentleman. Y'all heard me say on some previous episodes that he sounds very, very mature, I thought, on the Vlad interview. I thought Vlad did a good job on, interviewing him and made him, brought some common sense. But just like I spoke good on Dash a couple of days ago, and that bit me in the ass, well, Charleston White done bit me in the ass, y'all. This man was helping this guy in on their side for a minute, right? As he do, befriending the family, talking to the family, and all of this. But that wasn't a popular subject. So look at these T-shirts that he's called himself selling now. Look at this text that he sent to the kid father. Look at what he's calling this guy. I'm not even going to say it out loud. Y'all can read it. Y'all don't read it, then good. I hate that I even giving him exposure with the T-shirts that he's promoting and all of that. Well, people, why y'all still fuck with Charleston White? Why do any minority, well, mainly any person that, that care about people, have a heart that has character, give this man a view? Just like he said, when y'all view me, I mind fucking y'all. I got control of your mind. That's what he's saying. And this man needs to be canceled, y'all. Y'all need to stop supporting this man. Y'all got to. He's a dangerous person to the community. Okay, if you don't agree with something, don't like somebody or something like that, you just go away from him. You don't deal with him. You call him a fat motherfucker in the comment section and a pig and a snitch and a rat and all of that like y'all do me. But to go and make t-shirts up and go on a major campaign, it's not right. It's not right. Y'all need to think about that. When y'all viewing him, giving him views, because everybody get paid. You know, this man is saying that he do 25 to 30 million views a month on different social media platforms. So social media platforms not going to stop promoting and posting his stuff until you guys stop viewing it. And that's what y'all got to do, man. I know I'm a little voice. I don't get 5% of 25, 30 million views a month. Probably 3%. So I wanted to speak it, and then hopefully it grows and people pick up on it. But this man is a cancer to the culture. I know y'all be saying, well, you deal with whack and all of that, you whack. Well, I don't know. I think the hate for whack is just you guys just hate him so much. Because I hear a lot of factual things that come out of Whack's mouth. But I don't hear this man, people downgrading people like he does. My opinion. But the second thing I got to call out is, man, y'all please. All you guys that have influence in Texas, the J Princes, and I ain't going to call nobody out. But people, y'all know who y'all are that got influence in Texas. Please, talk to y'all guys in the Texas prison. They're not to turn this young man out. I'm not talking about gay and all of that stuff. I'm talking about turning that man out and try to have to pick sides and be a part of some type of gang culture and all of that. Protect this young man. This young man was an athlete at an event that went bad. Didn't wake up that day plotting, thinking, wanting to kill anybody. I know a lot of times the victims get overlooked in situations like this. And so I'm going to say it. I haven't heard too many black people say it, but condolences to the family of who lost their child, because I'm sure that was devastating to them as well. But I'm calling for justice as far as sentencing guidelines. Is why this video is done. And demanding and trying to get an outcry for that tape to be released that the jury saw. Mount first. Now that this video over, that video that I talked about earlier, and it's pinned in the comment section. Before y'all leave the Mount First page, click that pinned item and fill it out for Reggie Wright. Just fill it out. Good at getting paid. Mount First. Peace.